Meron, pero muna dyan. It's 4 p.m. We bring you developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is Storycon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. The stories today. Senate President Tito Soto outrightly dismisses Minority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano's proposal to hold snap elections. Cayetano earlier urged all elected national officials, including the President, VP, senators, and congressmen, to resign to make way for the process. This way, he says, there will be a clean slate and public trust in institutions will be restored. But Soto explains there is no legal basis nor legal framework for snap elections.
Cannot be an option. What do you do with those who are not guilty? What do you do with those who are newly elected and have no bad records? Idadamay mo doon sa mga guilty or sa mukhang guilty kung hindi man guilty. Kung meron bang marumi, ba't natin idadamay yung mga malinis doon sa marumi? So I don't know. It's very far-fetched as far as I'm concerned. It's we will be entering something like uncertainty and chaos in the political world.
Meantime, Senator Cayetano's brother Lino is all for the proposal. That's if his sibling will take the lead in resigning. In a Facebook post, the former Taguig mayor and congressman said, and we quote, "The Senate will function without the Cayetanos, while Taguig has a very capable vice mayor." Lino added, and we quote, "I will support further that no Cayetano should run in 2028. Lahat tayo."
Still on Senate President Soto, he says Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson has not yet submitted his resignation letter as Blue Ribbon Committee Chair. In a press conference just this afternoon, Soto said most members of the majority want to convince Lacson to stay. He also clarified that Lacson is not considered resigned until a new chairman is elected. That or he formally steps down at the Senate floor.
Kausap kami kagabi. Wala pa kami tinatanggap. Wala pa naman siyang pinapadalang sulat or I think he wants to do that personally. Nagkausap kami kagabi. Senator Lacson is frustrated. He's not stressed. Sanay sa stress yun eh. Yeah. Pero ang nakikita niya, frustrated because nag-hearing siya, may umaangal. Bakit nag-hearing? Pag hindi siya nag-hearing, may umaangal. Ba't hindi nag-hearing? Ano ba talaga? Diba? So, and then I think the way he ran the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings were very good. I will support whatever decision he makes, and I will accept whatever decision he makes, and he has my 100% support.
Meantime, Soto also dismisses talks of another coup to change the Senate leadership. He also commented on reports that Senator JBC and a few other senators were thinking of leaving the majority bloc.
I don't see it coming from anywhere. In fact, the other day, nagkausap kami ni Senator Alan at nababanggit na rin yan eh. Sabi niya nga, siya mismo nagsabi sa akin, wala naman akong kinakausap kahit sino. Sabi rin niya. Yeah, I believe him. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as I know now, I'm quite confident that we are stable and the leadership of the Senate is well in place. Paulit-ulit si JB, sinasabi niya na nung araw pa yan, rehash daw yan eh. And he was interviewed and quoted that, I think about more than 2 weeks ago, when the issue of the interview of Senator Lacson mentioned about certain insertions of some senators, or almost all like that. Parang ganun yung ginabi. That was the reaction of Senator JB the following day. But after that, when I explained what insertions and amendments are and how it is really placed in the budget, at yun yung mga nabanggit na yun ay karamihan naman yung amendments, it all settled down eh. So that is being placed in social media and some mainstream media reports about Senator JB. I am very sure that he will deny it now.
The Philippine National Police denied rumors of a brewing coup among the ranks to unseat President Bongbong Marcos. Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates says there's no reason to oust Marcos at this point. The country's top cop believes there's also no need for a loyalty check. The statement of Nartates is on the back of coming off the back of Armed Forces Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner's earlier revelation that there were retired officials that attempted to plot an uprising against the president. That was on September 21 amid the massive rallies against corruption in government.
What's the basis? We have a president that is a sitting president who won by majority votes. Siya na mismo ang nagsabi to put a stop of corruption, especially flooding that caused the flooding here in Metro Manila and nearby provinces, and even sa lahat.
And here are the other stories you're watching this Monday, October 6. The Judicial and Bar Council, or JBC, has submitted to President Marcos the short list of nominees for the Ombudsman. Included in the 7-name list are Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla and former Commission on Audit Chairman Michael Aguinaldo. The short list was approved during the JBC's en banc deliberation today, October 6.
The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines has urged public officials to ensure a fair and independent investigation into the flood control corruption scandal. The CBCP warned against backroom deals, leadership changes, or selective justice that could undermine public trust. The bishop stressed that this is a defining moment for accountability and called for full transparency. The CBCP has also called for a national day of prayer and public repentance starting tomorrow, October 7, amid the ongoing calamities and corruption scandal. The death toll from the 6.9 magnitude earthquake in Bogo City, Cebu has climbed to 72. 559 others were reported injured. Meantime, a total of 7,027 aftershocks have been recorded as of 9 a.m. today following the earthquake. The delivery of aid to affected areas has been hampered by heavy traffic in Cebu.
And joining us today, our birthday boy. Hindi ka na pala boy, no?
Birthday what? Birthday boomer.
Gen Z.
Birthday Gen Z or
Our
wala, it doesn't have a
boomer.
nice ring to it. Birthday boomer.
I think I like birthday boomer more. Parang lagaboom parating kanyang mga binibitawan. No? Huh?
Ganun.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the age, right?
Let's avoid those things. Okay. Storycon's resident political heckler, Terrell Llamas.
Magandang hapon. Yung katabi ko rito, mukhang kakuwang ko eh.
Ano?
Kaswadyak sign ko.
That's a good sign.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pero ba siya, ang tawag niya sa sarili niya, millennial.
Millennial ka ba?
Hindi siya.
Millennial ako.
Millennial ka ba?
Yes.
Ano ba millennial?
I mean, it's not the same as Ronald saying he's Gen Z, ah.
Parang hindi siya kumbinsin.
Kaya,
Hindi ako yun, ha? Siya yung hindi kumbinsin.
what does it mean na pareho tayong sign? I don't know what it means.
Hindi, kita naman, ha? We're very balanced, no? Damang-dama yung ating equanimity.
Is it?
No?
Alam mo, when you talk about in science, like poles
Repel.
repel.
That's true. That's very true. Uy, let's bring in Philippine Star Editor-in-Chief Ami Pomintuan first.
Hi, Ami.
Hi everyone. Happy Monday. Happy birthday, birthday boy.
Salamat.
Birthday boy talaga.
But why don't you set the record straight? Ilang taon ka na
Ilang taon
talaga?
na?
43 nga. But I feel 21. Yung puso ko, 21.
Ayan.
What? Look, ginawa kanya ng station eh.
Para lang sa'yo.
Ang sweet naman ni Ed.
Talagang Sesame Street eh, no?
Hindi Sesame Street yan, Muppet Show yan.
Muppet Show ba yan?
Ikaw talaga.
Iba pala
What was
yung...
his name again?
Hindi ko makita eh.
Statler and Waldorf.
Statler
I
and
forget if he's
Waldorf.
Statler or Waldorf.
That's it. Sino siya?
Hindi kilala ni Ronald John.
Di ba yung Statler yung panulat yun?
Stedler yan.
Stedler yun eh. Hindi nga. How old are you really?
Ayaw sabihin.
Kasi there's a...
Ay, yung mga babae, ayaw yung tinatanong kayo kung anong edad nyo. Tapos kayo mga lalaki, tanong kayo ng
Oo
tanong.
nga.
Masyadong,
Hindi,
masyadong-
walang balanse.
Diba? Oo.
Discriminatory ba?
Oo, pag tinanong mong babae ng edad niya,
Magagalit.
di daw politically correct,
Oo.
di ba?
Pero ikaw, tawag kang boomer. Ay,
Para kang somebody I know that likes to deflect. You know? When all the evidence leads to him, pero he likes to deflect.
Sino yun?
I
Sinong senador yun?
just know a few people like that. Hindi mo
Sinong senador yun?
Hindi mo naman sinagot yung tanong.
Oo nga, Bok. Ano nga, ilan taon
Because
na?
there's some websites saying that you're 44, 45.
Not that far
That's-
off the mark.
Somebody found it.
Ano po? 44 years in the streets, siguro.
But that's what it says online. So let's just set the record straight.
Ano, 40? Bok, si Patrick mas matanda sa akin. Ito, political officer pa ni Patrick to. So mas matanda pa to kay Patrick. So, moving forward. So,
Mukhang nag-fail ako dun sa mga pinipio ko dati.
Mukha nga eh. Mukha nga eh.
so kung merong dual citizen, ikaw siguro triple citizen ka na.
Wow. That's a bit harsh, Ed.
Ganun ba? Babawi yan mo, kuya. Oy, sura nyo.
Sabi ng nanay ko, pag wala kang mabuting pwedeng sabihin, tumahimik ka na lang.
But what is your birthday wish? Ikaw, yun na lang.
Ano?
What is your birthday wish?
No to military junta.
Ah, talaga?
Pwede ba yun? Pwede ba yun?
No to RevGov? I thought you wanted RevGov.
Hindi. Gusto ko na revolusyon. Not a military junta. Dahil for now kasi, ang military junta at RevGov, iisa. Parang kwan yung resign all
Bakit,
ni Senator Alan Peter. Parang ganun yun eh. Resign all, tapos RevGov.
Oo.
Buti na lang, sabi ng kapatid niya, mauna ka mag-resign.
Oo nga eh. Magkaaway yung dalawa eh.
Mauna ka mag-resign.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Pati na ba sila after the elections or are they still
I'm
estranged?
not sure. Ano ba?
Hindi pa rin. Okay.
Nakita mo naman yung
Hindi
kanya.
pa rin, kaya nga pinagre-resign eh.
Remember,
Kaya nga siya pinagre-resign.
it was Alan Peter
Pangasar lang yun.
Mauna ka.
Alam mo,
Vice
pag
Mayor ng
nagsipag-resign
Taguig,
nga
mag-take
yan,
over.
alam mo kung sinong papalit? Yung mga kamag-anak.
Hindi nga, but his proposal
Walang incumbent.
says walang incumbent that can run again.
So maubos
Hindi
na.
nga incumbent, kamag-anak nila.
So,
Ano ba kayo? Dami
Yun ang
ng mga anak
proposal
niya,
ng
ang daming
Rev.
Oh.
Resign all.
Dapat merong ganon. Ako magre-resign, hindi pwedeng kamag-anak up to the fourth degree nung mga nagsipag-resign, tatakbo. Yan.
Malupit yung sa amin.
Kung hindi, wala magkakapare-pareho lang.
Anti-dinosaur nga, di may pasa eh. Ito,
Ubus ang lahi. Ubus ang lahi.
Hanggang 4th degree hinaan.
Hanggang fourth, hindi, yun ang nasa graph natin.
Consanguinity and
Up to the
affinity,
fourth
not
degree.
just
Di,
consanguinity.
Sundan natin yon.
Yeah.
Buk, isang buong barangay mga...
Up to the fourth degree, walang tatakbong kamag-anak. O, sige, tingnan natin.
May probinsya nga, lahat ng...
The end na yung proposal na yan. Ano, akala natin, no, Monday na Monday, baka may mag-offer nga mag-resign, wala.
Wala.
Oo nga.
So far.
Ganyan, hinihintay natin doon sa
anong balita
Senado.
mo doon? What was the reason why he wanted to leave?
Well, ang sabi ng iba, to
Sorry,
ease...
Ping Lacson to leave the chairmanship of the Blue Ribbon.
Well, yung isa kasi, to ease the pressure on Senate President Tito Soto. Dahil
On
medyo
Tito
thin
Soto.
yung kanilang majority sa Senate at yung ibang majority parang naglabas ng sama ng loob.
Inaing, oh.
Na bakit yung Blue Ribbon sila iniimbestigahan imbis na yung real culprits. Hindi naman sila real culprits. Pero mukhang last week na-resolve na yan. Kaya last weekend pa lang ay tapos na yung alleged coup na yan. Ibang usapin pa yung pag-step down ni Senator Ping Lacson as head ng Blue Ribbon. Dahil yung pinanggagalingan niya dyan ay exasperation. Sabi nga niya sa kanyang post ay kaya niyang indahin yung mga criticism at banat sa kanya sa social media, etc. Pero napipikon talaga siya doon sa mga banat sa kanya ng kapwa senador. Di ba may sinigawan pa siya na isa? Bakit mo sila dinedepensahan? Yung mga diskaya. Di ba? Dapat pag chairman ka kasi ng Blue Ribbon, dapat may kwangke certain demeanor or decorum na hindi mo ipapakita yung galit mo. Hindi naman ganun si Senator Ping. Kaya as a normal member, no, ay pwede niyang ilabas yung kanyang mga sentimiento. Hindi na niya kinakailangang pumreno No, yun naman yung pero ang ano yung itsura niyan sa tao
Kaya nga eh.
na yung head ng Blue Ribbon mag-i-step down at matitigil yung mga investigasyon ng Blue Ribbon habang nasa kalagitnaan ka ng mga investigasyon sa mga senador. At yung ICI mo ay jogging in place. Hindi malinaw kung saan papunta. No? At sikreto pa yung mga hearing. So, hindi maganda yung dating sa tao.
How will this affect any future investigation by the Blue Ribbon, the credibility of any future investigation by the Blue Ribbon on the flood control projects?
Well, depende. Tuluyan na ba ni Senator Ping? Ang sabi niya kasi tuloy na eh. Pero ipepresent pa kasi sa plenary yan at tatanggapin ng plenary or makikiusap yung plenary kay Senator Ping, wag na lang. No? So, yun yung una. Ikalawa, kung matutuloy Senator Ping, sino yung papalit? Di ba? Kung ang papalit ay yung nagde-defend doon sa mga diskaya, masisira talaga yan. No? Masisira talaga yung, hindi lamang yung investigasyon, hindi lamang yung Blue Ribbon, yung buong Senado, masisira. Kaya nga yung plano na palitan si Senator Soto, hindi nag-prosper eh. Dahil kahit yung may diskontento doon sa handling ni Senator Ping Lacson sa Blue Ribbon, nakikita nila na si Senator Soto ngayon ay parang a symbol of stability sa Senado. Na kung siya ay mapapalitan, magkakagulo uli yung tingin ng tao sa Senado. No? Kaya medyo yung threat na magkaroon ng palace coup ay last weekend pa lang, wala na.
Palace coup, hindi Senate coup.
Senate coup.
Senate coup, not palace.
Parang slip yun, no?
Wala. Freudian slip siya. But I
So,
think
pwedeng i-reject ng plenary. Kasi yun ang iniintay natin ngayong araw eh.
But hindi
Magsasalita
sila-
daw siya sa plenary
The
para
thing-
mag-resign.
but hindi sila
Pwede
mag-
bang reject yun?
Hindi sila magpa-plenary today, Ami. We heard. So it's
Ayaw.
just briefings today until Wednesday, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
budget briefing daw dapat.
May caucus either on Wednesday
Meron
or
na yung budget
Thursday.
kanina.
Yes, may budget na kanina. So may caucus on either on Wednesday or Thursday to decide on this matter. And potentially dun magpo-file si Senator Ping. But I think you're right kasi he gave an interview to DCWB yesterday wherein he, in his own words, sinabi niya nga niya na may mga ibang senator who expressed their displeasure over the way that he's conducted the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings. Even though he personally feels like he's done a good job. So, and then we can connect that with Senator J.B. Hertzito saying in another interview na there's 4 or 5 of them
There are
in
5
the
of them.
majority that want to leave the majority
To become independent.
because of the way. And it seems like yung trigger here is when Senator Ping said that practically all the senators had
Almost all.
insertions, right? And they took it as a bad thing. But we have to set the record straight. And this is something that Senator Ping keeps saying. Hindi naman lahat ng insertions masama. Actually, insertions is part of their job. It's their job to amend.
Power of the purse.
That's the power of the purse. It's their job to amend, to realign, to insert. Where it becomes wrong is
Pagpatago.
O pagpatago, tsaka kumuha ka ng kickback from those projects. You inserted a project for flood control in some barangay in Oriental Mindoro, kumuha ka ng kickback for that. Nagkausapan kayo ng DPWH official na okay, ito lang yung
Saka ghost projects.
tsaka mga ghost and substandard projects. So again, to be clear, not all insertions or realignments or amendments are bad. Pero yun nga mukhang naging trigger itong pagsabi ni Senator Ping that nearly all senators in the 19th Congress had insertions.
Pero mukhang more than a week ago, na-resolve na nila yan. Kaya nga, yung threat of a coup ay na-preempt na much earlier.
As Senate coup,
Oo.
As Senate coup.
Senate coup.
Sige. So you're saying basically na this had nothing anymore to do with a potential ouster of Tito Soto. Kasi nung over the weekend, that was the discussion na baka si Ping is moving aside to ease the pressure from Soto, who was in danger of being ousted.
Yes and no. Yes, hindi siya basically related doon. Pero kahit papano ay dahil very thin yung
manipis eh.
yung majority
Yeah.
ay it can happen anytime. Almost overnight, no? Kung talagang merong magalit, lalo na alam naman natin yung majority na 15, dalawa doon ay bilyar, isa ron ay kapatid mismo ni Cayetano na gustong maging Senate President. Tapos yung iba ron ay mga bumoto yan para i-dismiss yung impeachment before.
So they're walking on eggshells right now. I mean, even if Ping gets to retain the blue ribbon with a vote of confidence, they'll still be walking on eggshells.
Yes, pero may mga eggs kasi nagawa sa marmol.
What?
Okay. Kunain. Sige.
But,
Hindi, kahit naman sila magkasabit-sabit dyan sa flood control, ano ba pwedeng gawin sa kanila at this point? Oh, nakaupo sila dyan eh. Sinasabi nila, we were
Alam mo,
elected.
if
Kaya Ami, nung
Unless
panahon,
hindi naman sila impeach.
nung panahon ni
Pwede
Napoles,
silang
tatlong
pailan ng
senador.
kaso. Pag pinailan nyo ng kaso, abutin nyo ng 20 years bago yan ano.
Hindi, kung
Hanggat
plan-
walang final conviction, they can serve and serve and serve.
Yes, pero Ami, si Enrile, tsaka si Jinggoy, tsaka si Bong Revilla nakulong eh. Di ba?
Nakapagbil naman eh.
Plunder yun.
Plunder eh.
Oo. Kaya nga, plunder nga. Kaya nga,
Plunder yun.
kaya nga
Ayaw nila
crucial
ngayon
yung
mag-file
kan
ng
eh.
plunder kasi ang hirap-hirap daw patunayan.
Yes, kaya nga
Ang
crucial
ginagawa
yung
nila yung malversation.
kaya crucial yung ombudsman eh. Na mukhang i-appoint na this week. No, sa kanya malilipat yung onus
Ang
ng mga
nagtap
kaso.
si Michael Aguinaldo of COA, pero hindi ba siya yung COA under Duterte? Hindi ba yun yung hindi nga nabantayan ng COA yung mga DPWH projects? Yan ang isa pang problema dyan.
but remember that also galit na galit si former President Duterte kay Aguinaldo.
At sa COA.
Remember?
Minsan
Sa
sabi pa nga siya
formally-
na itulak na lang sa hagdanan niya mga
Oo.
auditor.
Naglabas kasi siya ng
Wala,
opinion.
labas
Correct.
daw
Naglabas
naglabas
sila
ng
ng
mga
opinion.
nung mga preliminary. Ewan ko kung preliminary talaga yan. Naglabas daw sila ng labas ng mga report na hindi daw iniintay yung side ng
Correct.
mga
Yes.
agency.
Yes.
That's right. So that's why galit na galit si Duterte kay Aguinaldo back then.
Pero tingin ko multi academic na eh. Halos sigurado na si Boying Remulla ma-appoint.
Hindi naman kailangan ako sino yung choice ng JBC, number one choice, ano? Pwedeng deep selection.
Basta nasa shortlist.
Si Ami naman, that's arranged
Basta nasa
alphabetically. Ayun. Alphabetical
Hindi,
yan.
siya daw,
Kasi
yung,
nga rin-
siya daw yung nag-top sa ano eh, si Aguinaldo.
He was the,
Mario
Basta siya daw ang
Lopez,
nagtap.
Michael Musngi, Jesus Remulla, sining 1, 2, 3, 4. Aguinaldo Michael, Stephen
si
Cruz,
number 3 si
Sammy
Justice
Garland,
Sammy Garland.
Si Annalisa Logan is from PMS, di ba?
Oo. Kanyan.
Research and management staff.
Dating kasama sa MOST. Marcos Ochoa, Serapio Tan Law Firm.
And
course,
then number
Aguinaldo is
5, number
Kay First
5 is
Lady yun.
the just retired justice as well, si Mario
Yes.
Lopez.
Si Musngi at saka si Aguinaldo are former undersecretary ni Executive Secretary Ochoa.
Panahon ni Pinoy.
Pero paano yung kaso? Meron pang isang case si Boying Remulla sa Ombudsman eh.
Alam ko na-resolve na yun eh.
May isa pa eh, yung pinail ni Paulo Duterte.
Correct. Yung case that was filed by Senator Amy was dismissed, pero yung case that was filed by Pulong Duterte is still pending. So, that needs to be resolved bago siya...
Pero hindi maglalagay ng
name as
listahan ng
ombudsman.
JBC kung meron pa yung kaso na yan.
Oh, yeah?
Yung JBC kasama yun sa magiging requirement nila sa paggawa ng shortlist.
That you don't have any cases.
Yes.
So, baka we can take this as a sign that they've dismissed that case too. Di ba?
Yeah, kailangan tanungin ano.
Oo, we need to clarify that with JBC.
Yeah.
So tingin mo si Boying ang mas likely na piliin ng Pangulo?
99.9%.
Saan kuweba?
But wouldn't that further weaken the institution? I mean, of course, si Boying is likely to rule. Okay, why am I asking this question? But realistically, of course, Boying is likely to give them what they want.
Wala kang sinasabi, di ba?
Boying is likely to give them what they want, but at the same
Should I
time,
say it?
but at the same time, diba, anything he does, if he becomes the ombudsman, anything he does, whether it's right or wrong, will be painted with the brush of politics.
Is it the job of the ombudsman to be completely impartial?
Meron bang apolitical tayo
Parang
ditong
everything
tao
in the
ngayon at
Philippines
this
is
point?
painted with politics.
Everything
Yeah,
is
but some more than
political.
others, diba? Some more than others.
But if you look at this list, is there anyone who's completely and fully impartial?
Well, some are more than others.
That's true. That's also true.
Papagpag na ako lang. Natatalsing ako ng alikabok sa kuweba.
Okay, But anyway,
Magsama si
sabi ni,
Gina nasasama sa kuweba.
oo nga eh. I think that's from sitting next to Ronald too much, no? Baka balik kaya tayo na seating arrangement.
Si Mari Lopez dating di ba, Justice?
Kaka-retire lang.
Yeah.
Si Stephen Caperina Cruz, ano siya?
Hindi ko siya kilala.
Tsaka si Garland sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember from where.
He's also a justice, former justice.
Dating
that's
justice din
why.
yan,
That's
si
why.
Garland.
Si Stephen Caperina Cruz kaya.
Yes. But to Amy's point about what can you do, and if I say this, tatawa na naman kayo because you think I'm so naive. But remember, with the senators, how sensitive they are to public sentiment, right? Especially si Senator JV and Senator Win, who keep active social media profiles. So if people start to protest the fact that they're pressuring Senator Ping to resign as Blue Ribbon Committee Chair, magbubumerang din yun against them.
Baka
Right.
kasama yun sa kwan.
Sa calculation. Because you're trying to calculate, okay,
Sige, alis na ako. Mapapahiya kayo.
which is what's happening now, di ba?
Oo.
Nag-offer siya to resign,
Oo.
and then there's a bit of public backlash na, teka lang, he's been handling the committee hearings very well naman, why would you force him to
Pero kung
resign?
ang hindi binasa dun sa statement ng CBCP na tingin ko pinaka-importante. Because they rarely do that.
Yes, they rarely issue political statements.
Yung sabi nila, a change in
change in
Senate
leadership.
Yun yung pinakamahalaga dun sa
Nagulat ako
statement.
dun,
nila.
But-
Well, they don't usually do that.
Oo, they don't usually meddle. But so the fact that they've come to this point na feeling nila they have to wade in, what does that say?
Dahil alam nila yung mga threat sa gilid-gilid. Alam nila yung mga issues na nilabas nung... Sino ba yung naglabas nun?
Si Manny Mugato?
Manny Mugato?
Oo,
Ayun.
parang kilala ko yun eh.
Oo, sino yung naglabas nun?
Dalawang beses naglabas nga ulit ng weekend eh.
Naglabas ulit, di ba? So, kung sa may simbahan yan eh.
Kasi kwento ka ng kwento eh.
Merong confessional yan eh. Kaya alam nila yung...
May confessional.
Kaya wag mong i-underestimate yung network ng simbahan for knowing things they shouldn't know.
Oo. Yung katipunan nga, na-trouble dahil sa kanila.
Oh yeah, or si Cardinal Ambot David
Yeah.
was the one who first published that statement by the CBCP. Very strongly worded, no?
At nung September 21, naglabas din siya ng letter, CBCP letter, na sabi niya na dapat yung outrage natin, yung galit natin, ay within the constitutional framework lang. Huwag tayong lalabas dyan.
We strongly oppose any attempt to preempt or derail the investigation through backroom deals, leadership takeovers, or selective justice. A nation cannot heal when its moral arteries are clogged by corruption and self-interest. That's very strong words.
Tingnan natin kung tablan, Ronald.
Kaninang umaga, interview nga si former Senate President Frank Drilon, nila Alvin El Chico, at ni Doris Bigornia. Ang tawag niya dun sa posibleng nangyari sa Blue Ribbon ay King's Gambit. Yun yung ginamit ng term. So, pwedeng yung mga...
So this was a
kay
gambit
Ping lang.
by Senator Ping.
Pwedeng yung... Hindi, tawag ni Drilon yun, hindi ni Ping. So, pwedeng ganun daw ang nangyari na malalagay sa spot yung gustong tanggalin si Ping.
And we know now who they are. Hindi naman so far as tanggalin, but the ones who have been unhappy with the way that the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings have been handled.
Dahil hindi kasi tinutugis yung real culprits.
Oo, yung accusation doon is bakit daw, what was their word? Pinupuntirya yung Senado. Bakit daw napupunta sa kanila yung blame?
At nawiwikan
bakit
daw
naman
yung
hindi
Senate
mapupunta
as
daw?
an institution.
Bicameral yung yung budget eh.
Yeah. Oo.
Nawiwikan daw. Kaya naman nawikan yung Senate as an institution dahil sa mga senador.
Kaya nga sila, they weaken their own
Talaga.
house.
Oy,
If you're going to talk about the budget for
Court of
the
Appeals.
flood control, it's a
CA.
bicameral joint yan eh.
Correct. And the other...
Hindi lang yung BICAM, kundi yung crafting of the budget itself.
And again, it's the insertions, for instance, during the BICAM that are questionable.
A small
Alam natin
committee.
yun.
The
Di ba
small
in-announce nga ni
committee, the
Senator
BICAM.
Grace po, nagkaroon pa sila ng 26 billion for AKAP na wala naman sa National Expenditure Program. 21 billion for the House, 5 billion for the Senate.
Yun talaga mga insertion. na non-DPWH related.
Yun yung questionable insertions.
Insertion.
Not related
Insertion.
to DPWH or flood
Because
control.
it has to be made on the floor. So it's public, there's a record of it,
Yes.
everyone knows
Yeah.
who asked for it, right? The problem with the BICAM and the small
Hanggang ngayon, di
debates.
natin alam eh. Kung ano
Actually, kung babaliwan talaga yung basic chores ng mga yan, ang BICAM is just to reconcile, not to add.
Yeah.
So any
Pag
addition you
medyo
want should be
konting
done in
mga
the committee
maliliit
or
na
floor.
diferensya lang yun.
eh, nag-add.
Nag-add sa BICAM.
400.
Hindi dagdag bawas yun. Dagdag bawas ginawa eh.
Oo, dahil tama yung sabi ni Ami eh. May bawas eh. May dinedefund sila eh. Na bahagi
Dagdag
ng
bawas.
budget.
Oo.
Hindi lang
Allocated
dagdag.
hindi lang siya dagdag eh. Meron silang tinatanggalan. PhilHealth, di ba? Yung mga ganun eh. Kahit nga
60
yung
billion.
mga foreign assisted na pondo, pati yun napupunta sa lump sum eh. Pati yun, kaya nagre-react yung mga foreign agencies eh.
So, sa tanda ko, dumoble yung budget ng House at ng Senate nung sa
So
BICAM.
yun, dinagdagan nila. Yung ang program appropriations, lumaki na lumaki, nagulat na lang Malacanang.
Oo. Pero
Sobrang laki.
ang naging
Binawasan ng Agri, binawasan ng DSWD, binawasan ng DOH.
Nilagay sa program.
DepEd too.
DepEd.
Yeah.
Yung 10 billion na computerization or laptop project.
Which is why, but then again, to be fair, we're learning about corruption at the DepEd din. May mga questionable
Oh, yeah.
spending din doon. But this
Sarap
comes
ang
back
Saka
to...
DOH. Sa
DOH
DOH,
now,
meron
they're
kang
finding.
ang tawag nila
Ngayon,
yung
nag-iimbestiga na.
the DOH version ng flood control. Dahil meron kang
nag-iimbestiga na.
600 billion na
Grabe.
pinangpagawa ng mga health centers.
400 billion for 600 health centers.
Ang nagamit lang ay 200. Hindi pa dyan
Mas
kasama
madali
yung
siguro
mga-
maglista na lang tayo ng malinis na agency, mas maiksi yung list eh.
Like? Ami? Like...
Tingnan mo, sige nga, like. O sige.
Like,
Yeah.
Ano
Baka
yung
CHR.
nasa maliit na list na yun?
Magkano yung budget?
Sige.
CHR.
Mas madali yun eh,
Sabi
sige.
ni Ed, CHR.
I'm thinking baka si HR kasi wala nang paglalagyan ng
Wala silang infra.
walang infra. Pag may infra yung HR,
Walang infra eh. No. Sige, sabihin nyo, Colin. Mas madali yun eh. Tapos sabihin na lang, water test. As for the rest,
DICT.
kailangan investigation.
COA.
DICT. Right?
Walang pera, DICT.
Kaya nga.
mismo nga yung defense nabawasan ng
Kaya nga eh.
malaki eh.
Kaya
Yan yun,
nga
60 billion yung nabawas. No, at a time na meron tayong foreign invader, nabawasan pa.
That's what I keep telling. So whenever we go to these events by strat basis, nakakausap natin yung mga people in the defense industry. I don't understand how you could allocate 40 billion for AFP modernization on the one hand, but on the other hand say, oh, we're growing security threats externally and we have to invest in deterrence and so on and so forth. Pero you're going to give your AFP modernization program only 40 billion pesos. I mean, that's a huge disconnect, right?
In relation dyan, Reg, makikita mo na hindi rin ganun ka-absolute mismo yung insertion sa BICAM. Dahil meron silang in-insert sa BICAM para sa Coast Guard. Dahil yung budget ng Coast Guard, pagdating sa Senate, binanata ng mga pro-China senators. No? Kaya dinagdagan lang nila uli nung BICAM yung budget ng Coast Guard.
State.
Kaya hindi naman masama yung insertion. Kayo talaga.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Bad
Hindi
talaga
naman
kayo
talaga
eh.
lahat ng insertions masama. We just need to know, for transparency's sake, who asked for what.
Yan nga.
Right? Para matrace natin yung spending, matrace natin yung proponents.
Katulad ng hindi naman natin sinasabi na lahat ng mga senador at saka congressmen masama. Paramihan lang.
Almost all.
Ikaw
Almost all.
Ladies and gentlemen, si
Hindi
Ronald
almost all ang
Llamas
sinabi
sabi
niyang
nun.
masama.
It's the birthday
Sabi lang
boy
niya
who
na
said
almost
that.
all nag-insert.
Oh.
Yan.
Oh, si Senator Risa was in the news over the weekend kasi si Tunying came up with he claims it's a
list.
document, but of course it's just a snapshot of a page of a printout, so you don't know what it really is. Around 3 billion.
You don't even know if it's insertions or amendments.
Kaya nga eh. Well, that was the argument of the Cap of Ontiveros na these were done prior to plenary approval. So in other words, this was done in the regular course of amending the GAA.
Saka
This was
depende
not
rin
an
kasi kung
insertion.
sino yung messenger. Halimbawa, kung si Edlin Gao nagsabi nun, baka mas credible.
Yan talaga, happy birthday.
Wala akong naisip pahiwatig. Wala akong naisip pahiwatig. Diba? Kung si Edlin Gao nagsabi nun.
Hindi
Yes.
siya makanan. yung ngiwi niya, hindi mo naman yung ngiwi niya.
Oo. Parang kung iba yung nag-suggest ng snap election at hindi si Senator Alan Peter, baka tumagal pa ng mga 3 araw.
You see, this is what happens. Somebody says something, tapos it takes on a life of its own. But why are we even talking about snap elections? Wala naman constitutional basis for snap elections eh.
Correct.
That's correct. That's true. But on the other hand, a lot of people are talking about it because it was brought up and it's a for them it's a fabulous
Idea.
Resign all.
Reset.
So I suppose in one at least in one case it's something you have to talk about if only to put it in the proper place.
So there is no legal basis for snap elections as
Ano nung
this
nangyari yan
suggested
nung
by Senator
84,
Cayetano.
85?
85.
Iba yun eh.
It was December 85.
Oh, iba yung sistema
or
nun
November
eh.
85.
Walang 87 constitution nun, di ba? At medyo authoritarian yung gobyerno nung panahon na yun.
In the middle of an interview with was it Copel o ano?
American journalist in-interview si Presidente. Kinol niya. No? At dahil siya nga yung leader nun,
So one man.
pwede niya i-call. Walang tututol, di ba? Ngayon kasi voluntary resignation eh. Paano kung kalahati mag-resign yung kalahati hindi? So yung snap election mo para lang sa kalahati.
Well, you can't really force
Nakikita
people
kasi
to-
nila sa ibang bansa, nagre-resign yung mga nagre-resign yung mga leaders eh.
Yeah, just like in
Because
France.
of the protest.
Just as-
Anti-corruption.
just-
Hindi, yung iba nga
Just
tumatalong pa ng
afternoon.
building
Yeah,
eh,
ganun.
yung na-expose sa corruption.
If you're in Japan.
Oh, if you're in Japan. And just this afternoon, yung French Prime Minister resigned. Sébastien Lecornu, just after less than a month of being in position.
Hindi, sa Pilipinas,
Kasi-
pag na-expose yung iyong corruption, tatakbo ka for president. Something higher.
To
Ha?
cover your bases, ganon.
Hindi, dahil medalya yun eh. Nahuli ka eh. No?
What?
You're proud for being caught.
Parang badge of honor.
Badge of honor yun eh.
Hindi naman solusyon dito, election eh.
Yes.
We're in dismiss because we make all the wrong choices doing election eh.
Yes, exactly. So they all know, I mean, the solution is as simple as let somebody pay for all of this corruption, accountability, right? Sino yung
Kaya nga,
makulong
kailangan
because
parusahan,
of all this.
identify and punish.
It's as simple as that. I don't know why
Kaya nga,
we're suddenly
Reg,
talking about other solutions around this.
Kaya
It's
nga,
as
Reg,
simple as panagutin.
imagine mo yung optics. Yung ICI mo is jogging in place. Hindi malinaw anong ginagawa, anong gagawin, at sikreto ang
Correct.
mga hearings. Tapos, yung TRICO mo sa House, tiniklop na 2 weeks ago. Tapos yung kwan mo, yung sa Senate Floribo, na lahat nanonood, biglang mag-i-step down yung head, tapos isasara mo na after one session. Imagine mo yung image niya sa mga tao.
And yet, by the way, let me just bring this up. See, President Marcos released another episode of his BBM podcast over the weekend, this time with Manila Bulletin. Sabi niya,
Na hindi nakatulong.
why would I even start such a thing if it was somehow for political advantage? He's talking about this whole corruption investigation. Sabi niya, the reason I brought it up and made it part of the national discourse was quite simply because this could not go on. There's always been a sniff of corruption in government, but not this scale. This is the shocking part. So on the one hand, he seems sincere in what he's trying to do. But on the other hand,
Sims daw Sims.
no, because as Ronald pointed out, ang daming
Nag-backpedal din
hurdles.
siya. Doon sa
Ang daming
interview niya,
hurdles.
nag-backpedal din siya eh. Na parang, wag magreklamo yung mga tao, bakit mabagal yung proseso. Sabi niya
Oo
gano'n.
nga daw.
Oo. Dapat hindi na ikaw nagsasabi nun eh. Dapat ikaw ang sinasabi mo na lang,
bilisan nyo.
bilisan.
Bilisan
no?
niyo.
Dapat iba yung nagsasabi na, uy, may kailangan investigahan pa, kailangan pa ng case build-up, kailangan pa ng ganito-ganito, dahil pagdating sa korte ay kailangan manalo, etc. Dapat hindi na siya yon. As far as he's concerned, the optics is, mahiya naman kayo. Tutugisin ko kayo.
Saka,
Ikukulong ko
bilisan
kayo.
niyo yung
No,
prosecution.
ganon.
Yeah.
Kung mag-nuancing ka pa, mag-backpedal ka pa, mawawala yung mensahe mo eh. Magsasuffer yung message mo because everything is about optics. Tapos magwa-backpedal ka na, mabagal talaga yan eh. Ganon. impatient na yung tao eh.
Yeah, people are very
Diba?
angry.
Hindi nila
Mukhang-
tatanggapin eh.
Ito na yung
pinapaliwanag.
podcast niya.
Yeah,
latest episode.
napanood ko nga eh.
Mukha naman he's well aware of just how angry the people are. Kanina sa House, si Congressman Egay Erice also said the House is burning. So, the politicians are well aware of just how angry the people are.
Mahirap mag-burn kasi kung walang dumadalo ng hearing ngayon sa House eh. Nakita mo,
wala nang
bakante yung hall eh.
So, ako kasi I keep remembering Baltasar Aquino and the Japanese War reparations. Iba hugot yun.
Iba yun.
Ibang hugot yun.
Iba yun.
Uy, si Mary mo nandyan, ha?
Pasa natin yung mojo natin kasi baka tumulan ng building doon.
Oo nga.
Let's bring in our mojo from the Senate, Merrimon Reyes. Merrimon, anong balita dyan? Si Ping Lacson ba? Has he not? What's up?
Bok, ang nasabi ni Senate President Tito Soto, nagkausap sila ni Sen Ping tungkol sa plano nitong pagbibitiw as Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman, pero wala pa raw siyang binibigay o sinasabit ng resignation letter, nor hindi pa to formally na-address sa floor, lalo pa ngayon, suspended ang plenary sessions until Friday. So
Friday.
far, sa pagdating sa majority...
Friday.
Until Friday. Oo, kasi raw bibigay daan muna sila sa budget hearings. Yes,
So,
kasi
walang
budget
gagalaw-
season nahabol nila by December matapos na to. And so far, pagdating naman daw sa agenda, wala naman ng iba pang priorities bukod dito sa GAA. So nagbigay daan daw sila. So far, karamihan daw sa majority ang nagsabi dito kay SP Soto na kausapin pa si Senator Ping to retain his position as Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman. Pero sabi rin naman ni SP kung ano man yung magiging desisyon or yung final call ni Sen Ping kung magre-resign talaga siya or hindi, susuportahan niya raw ang senador.
Ibig mo sabihin, ang buong linggo ito walang galawan. Kasi kung walang plenary, hindi niya pwedeng i-formalize yung kanyang resignation kung sakali. Tama?
Tama, Bok. Ang nasabi rin kanina ni SP Soto, bukod na lang daw kung kunwari, nagsabi ni Sen Ping na ayaw niya na, tapos nagbigay daw agad ng letter, di mababakante raw yung chairmanship ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Pero deemed resigned daw talaga si Sen Ping kapag meron ng na-elect na bagong committee chairman ng Blue Ribbon. So either yung resignation letter or pati yung pag-address niya personally sa floor. Tapos pag nakapili na ng bagong papalit, deemed resigned na talaga si Sen Ping. Meron daw nakikita si SP Soto, mga 4 daw na candidates from the senators na maaaring pumalit kay Sen Ping.
Kumusta naman yung tuloy-tuloy pa rin ba yung rumors dyan ng coup o talagang wala na talaga?
Miss Ami, ang sabi ni SP Soto dyan, nakausap niya raw si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano at sinabi naman ni Sen Alan, wala naman daw siyang kinakausap na kahit na sino at naniniwala naman si SP doon. At kumpiyansa si SP na stable pa ang Senado, both the minority and majority. And as of now, wala raw kakalas mula sa majority. Last time kasi nagbanggit si Senator JB Ejercito na siya plus 4 other senators from the majority. Tinitignan nila yung pag-alis from the block tapos magiging independent muna sila. Pero sabi ng SP Soto, yun daw kasi nare-rehash na lang daw yun. Last comment daw kasi yan ni Sen JV mga 2 weeks ago pa. Pero kung sure daw siya na ngayon, ide-deny na raw ni Sen JV yun. Kasi naging concerned na nga rin daw si Sen JV sa magiging plano ni Sen Ping kung matutuloy yung kanyang resignation.
Merrimon, ito sariwang-sariwa. Pwede mo nang ibalita. Kaka-receive lang ni Senate President Soto ng resignation letter ni Ping Lacson just about 3-4 minutes ago.
Oh, nako, napaka-fresh na Bok. Pero ang
Sino
sabi
source
din
mo?
dyan ni...
Teka lang.
Ang nasabi-
Sa akin yung letter eh.
Verify muna natin,
Pakibasa.
Oh, yan.
Pakibasa.
Oh, yan.
Being pertinent portion.
Wala ka na magbasa.
Pero anong
may
process
accent
niya,
ka eh.
Merrimon?
Malapit
Pag ganyan na i-submit mo yung
May accent ka eh.
resignation
Kaya,
letter,
at
anong
least nauna
process
kayo,
niya?
di ba?
To finalize.
Wait lang, Mary mo.
Ami, ang sabi ni SP, magpapakokus muna raw din sila ngayong Wednesday or Thursday para mapag-usapan itong changes sa Blue Ribbon Committee and dito rin daw pwede mapag-usapan kung sino yung papalit. Tapos kailangan doon nga sa floor, sa plenary session, doon talaga masiselyuhan, mapo-formalize yung possibly yung pagre-resign, since ngayon nagpasa na nga ng resignation letter at kung sino na yung papalit dito kay Sen Ping.
Okay. Merrimon, let me just read the letter that came through. We can corroborate na yung reputable itong source, unimpeachable source to
Unimpeachable
Ronald.
source.
Part of the letter reads, in the course of the current investigation, which has implicated some senators in the flood control mess, A number of our colleagues have expressed disappointment with the direction, in quotation marks, in direction, of the Blue Ribbon Committee, which this representation chairs. Furthermore, some senators publicly and secretly pursue the narrative that I am zeroing in on several of my colleagues while purportedly protecting those members of the lower house I perceive to be the principal actors in the budget anomalies related to the substandard and ghost flood control projects. Nothing could be further from the truth. This narrative is categorically false. These misrepresentations are being floated mostly by critics opposed to our efforts to get to the bottom of the flood control anomalies. We go where the evidence leads us, not by the noise coming from highly partisan political persuasions. To all my colleagues, let me reiterate, there are no political considerations in any and all of my actions related to my handling of the committee hearings and other related activities. Truth is, I do not need to amass political capital, much less at the expense of anybody, because I entertain no further political plans after my term ends in 2031. Having said all of that, I hereby tender my resignation as the chairman of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations, otherwise known as the Blue Ribbon Committee. Respectfully, Ping Lacson. There you
Hindi naman
go.
irrevocable.
Walang irrevocable in the statement, but it sounds pretty
Coming from Senator
serious.
Ping Lacson, that's almost irrevocable.
Because he hardly changes his
Yes.
mind. Once he's made up his mind to do
Yes.
something.
Oo.
So malabo siyang makumbinsi na, hindi sir, stay on, stay on.
Hindi siya marupok katulad ko.
Hindi, lalo na I made it public kasi.
He made it public.
Kung
And
hindi public yan, pwede pa yung pag-usapan siguro eh.
Yeah, that's
Lalo
Pero
na,
kapag
walang
ganyan, it's so
session
public
naman
eh.
for the week. Diba?
And may statement na nga. And again, as he's already said in other media interviews, he's coming back to the point na some of his colleagues are unhappy with the direction that he's taken with the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings. Nasabi
Yeah.
niya,
Ano kayang direction?
kaya nga eh.
No? Ano kayang direction?
Where was it leading to na
Di
nagagalit sila?
papunta sa Senate.
And
Pumunta sa Senate, lumihis daw ng House. Yan ang gist nun.
yes.
Hindi ko
Sabi
naisip,
niya,
hindi ko naisip, hindi ko
go with
naisip
the
na yun
evidence,
ang
not by the noise.
hindi ko naisip na yun ang direction. Papunta sa mga kapwa niya senador.
Hindi mo naisip yun.
Hindi ko
Even
naisip.
though a number of them had been name dropped during the hearings.
Pa rin naisip.
So,
Nakasarado
Pero
yung
ano
kuweba ko.
naman
So
eh,
this is-
kahit naman hindi na siya Blue Ribbon, he can still conduct his own investigation, which is what he did doon sa Bulacan and Oriental Mindoro, di ba? And he can still deliver privileged
of
speeches at maglabas ng kanyang yung di ba yung presentation niya, madalas yan magawa ng ganon eh.
Yes.
Yung presentation niya noon, simula pa nung panahon ni GMA.
Yes.
Since he became senator, ganon siya eh.
correct.
Hindi na
It
siya
will not stop him.
magbabalancing. As chairman kasi, magbabalancing siya.
Hindi niya kailangan magpolitika-politika, hindi sasabit si Tito Soto, pero pwede pa rin siya magsalita na magsalita ron.
That's
So,
true.
okay lang yun.
That's a very good point, Ami. But then,
Yeah.
who is credible enough to take over is also the other big question here. Because, of course, si Senator Ping is known for his incorruptibility and his, incredible work ethic. So, who is going to be good enough, right? Kahit naman sino mag-take over,
Will
they'll
be
be painted.
working under a cloud.
Yes, and they'll be painted in. They're gonna have to fend off these allegations too, left, right, center.
Some more than others.
Some more than others.
At the same time, siyempre, kahit pa paano, Blue Ribbon yan eh. So, number one, you have all the resources at your beck and call if you're the chairman of Blue Ribbon. Number two, of course, any report issued by the Blue Ribbon is a report of the Blue Ribbon.
And motu proprio. He's the only one that can do motu proprio.
Yes, Ping can still do his investigations, pero iba pa rin ang resources allocated to a Blue Ribbon committee eh. And of course,
Pero
also the airtime.
hihiyaan ngayon eh. Kapag lumabas sa mga privilege speech na yon, magkakaroon ng pressure from the other whether it's the ICI or the DOJ or the Ombudsman pag meron na.
Oo.
Meron pressure yon coming from him.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we'll let Marymon go first. Marymon, baka you can chase some of the senators there for reactions.
Baka nauna ka pa sa kanila, Marymon eh.
But thank you for your reporting, Mobile Journals, Marymon Reyes, live sa Senate.
Baka nauna pa si
Thank you,
Nakano.
Marymon.
At maraming salamat sa
this
ating
is-
reporter dito na si Ronald Llamas.
This is the gambit. Ito na yung gambit niya. Okay, you're not happy with the direction I'm taking. Sige, I'll step down. Because as he keeps saying, he serves at the pleasure of his colleagues, right? Of
Yeah.
course, lahat naman to elected.
And let the people judge you.
Let the people judge you.
Bahala kayo. Sige, bahala kayo. Ano, gusto ng problema. Sige,
Ganyan
bahala
naman
kayo.
yan. Mag-iimbestiga pa rin yan, sigurado.
Mag-iimbestiga pa rin.
It's
oo.
being Lacson. He will continue.
Oo. And as he keeps saying, wala naman siyang further political ambitions. This is
Kaya nga.
the end. This is
80
the
plus
last.
na siya eh, sa 2031.
And remember what he told us, he's going all in. Ito na yung, this is the penultimate position of his career.
Did you recommend this?
Yeah.
Alin?
Na mag-resign siya?
Oh. Wala naman ako
Kahit
influence
naman siya
kahit
magano,
whatsoever
majority,
sa kahit sino.
minority, independent.
Dito nga,
he
wala
will
akong
be doing
influence
what-
kay
exactly
Senator
what
Ping
he's
Lacson.
doing.
Ano yan, Ami?
Diba?
Ano
It
yan, Ami?
doesn't matter kung majority or minority yan si Ping eh.
Yeah.
He will just do what he wants. He will continue doing what he has been doing.
He
Baka
will,
nga, ang feeling nga niya, Ami, mas kaya niyang gawin yung ginagawa niya kung siya
Yes.
ay hindi chairman.
that's true, no?
Oh, mas
also, ano,
free siya ngayon actually.
Suspensa ko ikaw yun.
Hindi
Wala
na niya
pang ano.
sasantuhin yung iba ron na dahil chairman siya, kinakailangan may proper decorum.
Because,
Oh, parang ako, di ba dito may proper decorum tayo dahil host tayo eh. Oh?
Pero pag kasama si Christian at si Darian,
Wala walang decorum. Lalo na katabi mo principal.
talagang yun, may decorum na
Lalo
siya.
lalo na
may
katabi mo.
decorum. May decorum na to.
Oo.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yan lang.
Speaking of decorum, we have a surprise news. Not news.
Happy.
Ay, salamat.
Ako
Uy,
na.
mukhang
Okay.
Uy, happy
We
birthday.
have a surprise cake for the resident pundit.
Alam mo na.
Bilis na, make your wish.
Chocolate cake
Make
ba
it
yan?
public para kang
Make your wish.
baka mag-viral yung wish mo. O yung age mo daw muna.
45. Lakas ang loob mo.
from 40,
Sabi ng producers.
from 43,
Babalik na niya yung cake.
44 na.
Babalik na
44
niya.
na. Okay. And then the age.
44 years since college.
That's more accurate. And then the age. And
This is
then,
much
sorry.
better than a TF.
And the wish. Ganun pa rin?
Secret na lang.
No.
Pati ba naman yung wish ko, gusto mo pang agawin?
Sinabi mo kanina no to military junta. Hindi ba totoo yun?
Kasi siya una makukulong eh.
Correct. Correct.
Dadalaw naman kami.
Hindi ko na nga binanggit eh. Binanggit pa niya.
Dadalaw naman kami.
Uy,
Hindi tayo magkakaselda.
Uy, kasama kita eh.
Okay.
Ikaw, si Manny Mogato. Hindi ko lang sigurado si Patrick Paez. Pero si Manny Mogato, ikaw.
Anong gusto malabasin?
Okay, ito na, last na. Who are you having dinner with tonight?
My mom.
Ako naman.
My 94-year-old mother.
Nee, that's the wrong question. Who did you have dinner with last night?
Bakit? The
Last night
lead up
was
to the
last night was
birthday
the
speaker?
birthday.
Oo nga pala, sorry. I thought it was today.
Today's a TV birthday.
Okay, so who did you have dinner with last night?
Nasa farm ako eh.
Okay.
With,
Tulad,
That doesn't answer the question.
At, hindi, sa farm. Sino ba kasama mo sa farm?
Kaya lang kambing.
Kambing. Di ba?
Yung pig.
Di ba?
Pig. Pork.
Mabilis na. You gotta blow the candle. Happy birthday!
Oh, thank you. Ganda oh. Paano to?
Hipan mo na, baka matuluan pa ng, ng kandila.
Ganda oh.
Here.
Yan ang handa ko.
Pwede mo sa
Yan ang handa ko, imbis na lechon.
Diyan,
Hindi,
itabi mo
lechon
to
mo,
para sa
inati.
birthday ko naman.
Inantay pa natin yung lechon.
Ilagay mo sa ref para sa birthday ko naman yan.
Recycle na lang.
Frozen yan, no?
Okay, may scoop po tayo ngayong araw dahil kay Tito Llamas.
Nag-file na si Senator Ping Lacson ng resignation as Blue Ribbon Committee Chair due to
The disappointment.
by his colleagues in
With
the
the direction.
in his letter, the word direction was in quotation marks.
Padala natin
There-
kay Marymon to para pag nag-call siya ng mga senador, mapakita niya. Nauna siya sa mga senador.
The displeasure.
And claiming senators that he is zeroing in on his colleagues and protecting the House. He says nothing is further from the truth. That's categorically false. he goes by the evidence and not by the noise.
And now I guess it's on the 4 or
Pasok mo,
5
pasok mo.
senators to explain why they were unhappy with the direction of the investigation, right? But we were trying to get them today for the show, but none of them agreed to come talk to us.
Sino?
Yung 4 or 5 senators who were unhappy with the direction of the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings, which is why Senator Ping is stepping down after, has it been a month? Little less than a month, no?
Oo, kung sakaling natuloy yung change of leadership sa Senate, in less than 3 months, nagkaroon ka ng tatlong Senate President.
Oo nga.
Talo pa yung di ba? Talo pa yung Mansari.
My
Alam mo yung
gosh.
Mansari?
Oo. Of course.
Every month may anniversary yun.
Okay.
Ito si Ami sa Mansari.
We're being told to wrap up. That's all the time we have for
Puti
today.
na kayo.
Thank you for joining Storycon. I'm Pamduan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ronald Llamas, our resident
Our Senate reporter.
birthday boy political pundit. Join us again tomorrow, 4 p.m. for Storycon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. We are One News all sides all the time.
This is the Story Conference Group or the Storycon Group.